See the wick. No, no, no. You said 253.80. I have 253.84. 1 second. Bye, baby. You have a great day at school. You okay? You sleepy? Okay. I love you. Be patient. Be kind. Okay. All right. I'll see you when you get home. All right. Birthday week. Birthday week. No, it's her birthday. Yes. Yeah, that would technically be your pre-market high. Not your, yeah, pre-market high. Yeah. Yeah, you got you, brother. All right. How's my $5 IWM contracts? You mean the ones I took profit on last week? And I left a few runners, but I hedged them. So we'll see how well we get out of this one. All right. Um, so let's take a look at the Qs here. Okay, QA, QA, QA. What the hell? All right, now looks like the 24-hour here this morning, while, and this is the wildest part to me, is that we gapped down. I mean, we were bearish, you know what I mean? The close was bearish. We gapped down. We surpassed that 576 level that we had marked out. And of course, we're filling that space immediately back up. Has anything been reclaimed here this morning? No, right? We haven't got grabbed hold. We are above a few floors like this one right here at 590, but obviously if we're going to make a move, it's going to be when we start moving through structure. There is empty space directly up above us. Again, the only thing I can't give you is a range for today because, of course, the only range that we have is technically in here. So perhaps the Qs can get moving over this, right? And it's going to be outside of that 594.83 that you do have empty space, relative empty space to the upside. Now, please tread carefully if you are trading up into structure. If you're trading short and expiration contracts, trade in the pockets. These pockets up here, focus on those. If you're trading and you're looking for something to completely reverse and go all the way to 517 or something crazy like that, make sure you have a great expiration, great entry. That being said, this is below. This is below 587. This is above the 592. Go to the 30-minute here, and of course, this range has been punched through, but the levels still stand, still worth obviously utilizing here this morning. So, but again, I just have to keep mentioning this. This is a 24-hour candle. So a lot of the times you're not going to get much more out of this. I will be lowering my risk this morning because of that. Okay? Lower risk due to the fact that we've already ripped. Now, if we start picking up speed and things start breaking, I can see clear setups. All right, we might change that. But all right, now let's take a look at SPY here this morning. And again, same case, right? Our inverse cup and handle. No, I was kidding. This might be where the handle gets made, but I'm not really paying attention to that. However, that is a beautiful round top. Now, with that being said, major levels to reclaim on SPY was clearly right around the 655 level. And then above us, which we have not, is going to be that 662. You can see that floor right here on the 4-hour, pretty clear, 662.16. So any sort of continuation would be a build and hold. And that's what we're looking for. Again, if we're trading options, we need continuation. Unless you're scalping, right? But we need continuation. So with a huge candle like this, it's going to be, again, focusing down here on the lower time frame. And like the Qs, you do have a range. You are pushing off cost basis. You do have a underneath level or a level that you're sitting on top of. This is only a range that you had to move through, right? So it's nothing major, but anything back underneath 654 would have a potential chance of filling up that empty space. So empty spaces to the upside is also available, but that is, technically been wicked here this morning. So yeah. What the fuck? See, that's that sketchy shit right there. That's that sketchy shit. Meta. Meta just pops up. I didn't touch anything. It says, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? No. Now my screen's gone. Ocean Man. All right. Yeah, thank you guys for tapping your screen on TikTok. You guys are awesome. Okay, so unfortunately, well, I don't want to say unfortunately, do what you do, but a lot of price action, right? A lot of price has been covered here this morning. So taking a lower risk approach to the ETFs here this morning. If you did swing any hedges, I'll probably be getting rid of those and just try to get back into cash. Back into cash is the goal here. Now, a couple of individual equities, they got me squeezing my cheeks right now. Of course, I have a few runners on Tesla. Now, fuck, is really all I have to say about this because price did open up, oh my god, 50 cents. And this is just how the fucking cookie crumbles. I'm not happy about it. But target has been hit overnight. So my best case scenario here is we get down to pre-market lows. Worst case scenario is what's happening right now, which we are reclaiming a floor. However, Tesla, which could very much after last week's dumpage, see a potential move through this range for a target of 376.50. And I'd see 379.41, two targets to the upside. Of course, there is maybe more, but this would be at least for a day trading. Now, our day trading setup. Underneath us, we have a pre-market, or rather, the candle close on the 30-minute at 366, and that's where we could maybe see some continuation to the downside. In pre-market here this morning, you can translate that down to the 3-minute small range right here. So over that 373, you could be looking up to that 376.50. So look forward to these live, bro. Thank you. Haven't learned more here than anywhere else. Have learned more here than anywhere else. Hell yeah, Jakey. That's what it's about, man. Oh yeah. The workshop is discounted, by the way, at 35% right now since it's over. Um, there's one thing I don't like about options, watching price hit where we want but can't sell. Tight spreads or wide spreads on your contracts or something like that. Yeah, that's interesting. Your contract expirations might be too short if that's the case. Here's my shit, man. Oh, trust me, I am well aware. Well, I would say this year especially. This year especially, a lot of I would almost say, like, well, this gets back to the statistic, right? 80 to 90% of market movement is for sure happening in pre-market. And that's been, I would say, mid December into now, we've seen a lot of targets get hit overnight, some of them obviously working in our favor, but well, a lot of them. Damn, 18 off. Damn. SMCI also gapped down to a few pennies away from my 1890 target. So, yeah, there was a lot of overnight gap downs. When the market got Fed backed, and we went through we were going through a kangaroo market, and then we got backed, or it might have been the other way around, and we saw shortly thereafter, um, yeah, pre-market news would move the market, overnight, and that swinging to the upside is always easier because rejections don't happen the same way that bounces do, which is big, right? If you think about it, buy levels always respond, and a lot of the times the response is too much to hold through. Um, and when you're moving up in a bull market, those levels are um, not as uh, bouncy, or not as they don't push back as hard. So you'll see price kind of floating up around that target. So I am on YouTube, yes, I believe. Oh yeah. Well, I think again. Go ahead. Though, part of, I mean, could call this manipulation if you want to, but it's like in some ways, right? We hit a target. Like, this is my argument is, and it is always perfectly aligned. Like, if you go look at all three ETFs, or even Tesla, or fucking even SMCI, everything touched or got very, very close to those underneath target. Like, I would have assumed that price bouncing off of this like, this is literally the area. Um, price bouncing off of here makes perfect sense. And I would expect for a relatively large move off of a level like this, like literally right there where we had to go and break. That's exactly what we bounced off of this morning. So in some ways, right? Even if you had gap fill, this is only a couple dollars above that gap fill, but I would have expected a strong reaction to this level. I would not, that is not a level that I think we butter through. So, yes, it sucks that we sat down on there, but in reality, this, and with the conditions that we're in, do I see the war stopping? You know what I mean? Like, just off of what's happening now? Probably not. So again, I'm not privy to any sort of inside information on the war, but I would assume that with the disagreement immediately posted by both sides, conflicts could still be continuing. But this candle is empty. There's a gap down below now, right? That's going to be right around here at 243.25 on IWM. So, there's still reason to, you know, see some continuation or even some range before we see our next leg down. So I might have to step in. What do I expect the move to be today? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I mean, I'll watch to see. I don't want to. I don't really know if I'm going to be trading to the upside here today. The levels that we just touched are not to be taken lightly. Like, if you look across the board, this has been a huge level. So breaking over 250.72 would be great, but again, we're moving. Yeah, we would be looking at a target overhead somewhere around 257. But we have a lot to do before that occurs. And being stuck underneath 249 is going to be the main thing that needs to be broken. So if you're bullish 249, that's your trigger. You can look for 251, 252 for shorter expirations. There is also some potential pullback time. We have a pre-market tap right here at 246.80. That definitely could give price a leg down. But I'm probably going to be, I've lowered my risk for today. I'm not going to be taking a ton of risk into today because, again, my statement stands with this has been a 24-hour move. So there's definitely probably some day trades that could open up here, but it's a 24-hour candle already. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it would have been great. Yeah, it would have been. And that's to my point. This was a technical play, right? Everything did what it was supposed to do. Obviously, dropping news right there. I mean, the fact that Trump didn't even like he's been in talks with Iran for 2 days, and Iran's like, dude, we haven't even spoken to you, bro. You know what I mean? So like that right there, just yeah, it feels a little manipulative, but yeah, his buddies called him and they're like, "Dude, we're in trouble." I think that if you talk to Trump a certain way, like as much as Trump manipulates, he's also easily manipulated in some ways. So it's like you could just simply guide him in the correct direction by fueling his emotions because he's clearly kind of like an emotional, overreactor. So it's like, I mean, you ever seen his tweets? They're a little emotional, but yeah, I mean, he's somebody that I think could be easily guided in a certain direction. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. But very volatile. Yeah, he saved the markets from dumping. I mean, the markets. I mean, if you look at where we closed at 245 and then open up at 238, like that's a big fucking dump. Overnight. All right, IWM starting to try to curl back up outside of that little box. So this right here, folks, will be a signal to the downside. Everybody who is planning on day trading right now, listen to me, obviously, if you want to, but also be down here on these lower time frames. You got, a pretty solid little setup going here. My trading is already over. See, could see a nice reversal off of that, but yeah, yeah. All right. If you guys have anything you'd like for me to take a look at, um, I want to just kind of recap here. Last night was, it's not on you guys at all, but I didn't see hardly anything. Um, I saw a couple. I think it was Rocket Labs, um, and that one has some cheaper weeklies. However, this candle probably just actually it's kind of funny because this thing did gap down. So just to kind of verify, but I see a dump down to 57.19. This one's definitely one to make that move relatively quickly, and the compression is pretty high. The tough thing is that the contracts aren't cheap enough for us to pull off an SMCI setup, so we would have to be more strategic on this one. And this is definitely one you probably want to start setting alerts on uh, for that reason. I guess it's no trade today. I mean, is anything that we're seeing right now a punchback? Is it empty space? Is it compression leading into empty space? If it's not, it's not for me. It's just that simple. It's not for me, and I'm waiting to see that. It's obviously interesting to speculate on what's going on with the ETFs right now. Um, but I mean, if again, I think going back to if you don't feel like this is clear to you, right, or this is good risk reward for you, or it doesn't make sense to you already, then you're going to be leading with fear. Okay, that we try to gravitate towards things that make sense clearly. So hopefully, if you have a plan on trading these ETFs, they make sense. All right. If you guys have anything you want me to take a look at, please drop your request now. Again, searching for oh, one last thing. Uh so I know some of you guys had target equity with me. I just wanted to make one level really, really clear because we're getting pretty close. If we're underneath 111, I'm gonna go ahead and sell all of my shares. Just throwing that out there. I'm I ain't mad at it. I'm up 30% on on that share or on those shares, but all right, Nike. If you guys are on TikTok, be sure to tap your screen. Now, I'll be honest with you. I like Nike a bit more boxed up before I take reversal trades on it. That being said, it doesn't have to happen or occur. And Nike is a pretty good mover. So let's move down here to the 4 hour. There could be a good trade over that right there into this pocket of empty space. I think if you're looking at this long, it could be worth a shot. 55.71 would be one of the first targets overhead if you can reclaim that floor. Um, yeah, yeah, definitely. That being said, I would look here at 57.20. Visa's a trader's dream. I don't know about that. Take a look though. So I'd be focusing on that 53.80, my boy. All right, let's see. Tesla. Uh, again, another candidate for, and I like to see, wide open spaces here, but we don't really have that. So I think that your pre-market high, that's ugly. Okay, so that's 50% of your range. So I would be looking, yeah, basically over to 370, 350 pop, and then the trade doesn't seem worth it unless you're trying to get it into that empty space at like 381. But with that being said, it's 370, 322 with 376.86 above, and then downside, not really looking super healthy here. I see two levels to drop. Your low right here at 367.50 to a drop of 364.85. And then from there, you could look at your pre-market lows. So I did do the ETFs, yeah. All right, let's see here. UNH. Well, as far as boxes are concerned, this is positive, but I am positive that I will not be even considering UNH until we get somewhere near or around that 287.50. This is definitely something that is going to be considered a floor bounce, and you have recovered the nearest green candle floor to your left, which is right there at 277. So lower time frames, little range right here. It's kind of shitty, but 280, 265 is going to be a break. So that's funny. I got a target of 1228 for you here outside of 1154. Not a bad setup. Visa. It's definitely got good range above and below. It just lost its range on what, Thursday, Friday it retested. Today it's trying to climb back up above. So again, structure after structure, but the first area to break is going to be right here. That should push you up into the 314 area, but you're going to have two big fat pockets of structure that hopefully you have the momentum to rush through. 319 will be that second target in there. So was Friday the best day to buy these hot contracts? I mean, for swinging overnight. If you actually look at the where you gapped down, if you would have taken it, you would have had to taken the swing off the bounce exactly. And if you did take that swing off the bounce, then yeah, you'd probably be up. I took a swing hedge off of right around 245, so I'm not going to be up crazy. I mean, I'm in respect for that floor. So The second workshop, the pre-recorded workshop, I'm hoping will be out by the end of the week. Duolingo has a little flag here or a little channel. Um, Again, don't do bear flags, but it's got that channel look to it. It's still well underneath 110, so still carrying bearishness. Still has 89.25 as a potential bounce level up above you. So if you're looking for any movement on this one, it's going to be above 110.83 and perhaps underneath 89.25. But this is hot dog water. The channel looks good. I mean, eventually this could set up to be a pretty solid play. Ugh, gross. I'd say 113, 119 will be great triggers. So Potter versus Jay Diamond, UFC. Make it happen, man. All right, let's see here. So definitely super compressed. ER is on Wednesday. I'm gonna do my best to give you a good price target, and that's really all I can do on this, man. This is not my kind of chart. Um, does it move on earnings? No, no, no. Okay, so you don't really have a good hit list when it comes to earnings moves. Doesn't look like it moves that extraordinary. If it did, if it did move hard, I would actually look at maybe a target up in the 1650s, and the channel could be speaking to that. But unfortunately, I just don't see anything, man. Yeah, I don't see 1, 2, 3, 4 over the top. If that pops, I mean, this looks like a great upside play if you're channel trading it. Um, but again, this is where the if it moved better on earnings, I could give you a great target. But it just does not move, and I do not trade anything that does not move on earnings. So chocolate. Oh god, that's funny. You said XYZ down yesterday. Yeah, actually, there's that trade up. If you guys remember me talking about this last night, or was that last night? I think it might have been last night. There's a trade up to 63.41. The channel that is trading in is 65. It's a little tiny day trade. Some of you guys could probably look into trading. But it's going to be basically up and outside of 61.75 for a shot up to 63.50. And then when that happens, we can start talking shop about a downside move. But right now, there's no downside move until you lose 59.44 and of course 58.14. So you said potential suitors for an ASTS buyout. I could see that. I could see a shot up right to 115. 115 with a pocket of empty space right there beautifully. That's actually not that bad. Just the compression of it. That's confluential. See, but this is the type of setup that not everybody's going to be able to hang on to, right? Because if I take something like this, I'm grabbing 115s probably 3, 4 weeks out, and I'm just gonna hold them. I'm gonna put low risk into it because this isn't a punchback. This is not my regular setup, right? It does have empty space, and I love it. I love it. Um, but it does look like something that would possibly move on. Yeah, news like that. Now we have done buyout shit before on Pinterest, and then you guys see how that worked out. Not so great. So um, eventually, yes, XYZ will be a great trade down. Okay. So those of you guys in the Discord, I'm gonna ask for a favor, please. If you ask me for a request, I'm going to give you the 24 hour, the 4 hour, right? If you specifically tell me that you are looking at a day trade, a scalp, a swing trade, if you're telling me specifically what you're trying to execute on this, then I can help you better. Okay, so help me help you. Um, that being said, like I can see, okay, yeah, you got this a 24-hour setup. So, let me know if it's a day trade, if it's a scalp, so that way I'm not being overly specific on time frames that don't matter, but they're just not as relevant. Now, this setup right here is a little weird. Let's see here. So, first thing that I do is I look at the range, right? And usually I'll look at the overhead on that range. So, I would actually just keep this super simple. And I would say, yeah, over 97.68, you're going to have a first target of 98.91. So, there is some shit you're going to have to escape. And you can actually see that level playing out right there. If So this is a if this then that, right? Type of situation. If you go to the hourly here, and you could focus on what the fuck old ass music am I listening to right now? Oh no, couldn't hear it. Swing trade for the day today. Uh, he said Patet. Looks like it's going to keep consolidating. I, I, it should probably. Probably, but it is over your pre-market high that you have a 98.50, 99.81. And this is obviously, I can see that's your goal. So, I mean, it's not a bad goal to have, but it's got a couple triggers to fire up and get to. So, do I think Amazon holds? Well, by God, it sure doesn't want to give up, doesn't it? By thunder. So first off, I just want to look at this structure over here. Just want to take some pictures. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't like the lower time frame price action. Um, just again, not super empty, but you have recovered quite a bit. Okay, so it's pretty easy. 207.44 must hold 2 day or you will fall. And then you must recover 211. If 211 is recovered, you did tap the bottom of a very, very, very small but not insignificant box right here. And so I would, yeah, look at that, beautiful. So this could be range, baby. We could see that range in there. Thank you, Ivy. All right, let's see here. Anybody looking at any sort of setups for a day trade today? Day trade specifically. That looks good. On a 2 hour time frame setup, that looks good for a day trade, potentially, maybe. I'm not a big UPS day trader. I haven't done that in a while, but there is a in pocket of empty space actually up to 99.90, so it's not a bad look there. It also appears that you have a pretty crispy. Does it get higher? Okay, so that's some part of. You look at the floor. Look at that. So it's there. I don't know, man. Hold on a second. Okay, so UPS off of the big juicy floor. All right, all right, all right, okay, okay, okay. With the 99.13 floor that you lost and you wick off of. All right, not bad. Getting a little crispier. I mean, this could turn out to be a pretty sweet play. Um, Anytime, and this is, obviously something that everybody, if you don't know this already, I trade box to box, and I typically like to trade through, pockets of empty space, and this did all of that. It's hit structure. It's got a big juicy volume packet that is slurping on right now. And it's got empty space up above. Now, one thing that I do know about UPS, and I will not get caught up in this shit, is it does not always move fluidly. And after every big rip and every big dump, you box it out. You box it out, right? And that might look like 100 different things, right? Look, but Potter, it could go punch back. Did it? Did it punch back? Is it actually holding on and building, right? There's a look that I need to see. So tread lightly, but I do like it. I just need to see more than what you have up above you. So like I was saying, there could be a sweet little day trade up in there, but if you stop it out there, I would assume more box. Silly question, but what do you mean by crispy? That's my fault. I'm sorry. Uh it is a good setup. It has what I'm looking for, which is a nice deep fried crispy outer skin with sweet succulent meat on the inside. All right, yeah, I clip that. All right, I'm out. Stream's over. Nope. Nope. You guys have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe never, actually. You know what? I'm retiring. It's been a pleasure, guys. It's been a pleasure. I don't think I like this anymore. I still got a cookout pass. All right. Fuck off. B. Anyway, it's a good setup. It's a good setup. Okay. So let's look at this simply, right? AMD. I gotta stop using meat metaphors. They just don't really transcribe well to the internet. So simplifying this, right? And I like to do this just to, keep, make a plan with a solid foundation, here to here, right? That's my simple analysis immediately. And this would be a in range trade, right? You'd be in range. Um, but that looks fucking great, actually. It looks good, yeah. So it looks like it could go in. So let's zoom in a little bit more. All right, so there's not empty space down up here. Um, Here's what I would say about this one: 207, good stop. You better have a great entry. I don't know why that just reminded me of there's a post on all of the best traders. I'll cover this in just a second, but yeah, if you have a great stop loss on this one, and again, that means you're going to translate this down to like the 15-minute. Okay, so 207.85. Look for your floor right there. And that's exactly what the fuck you bounced off of. So yeah, I mean, you got some work to do, but it's not empty space. So I have trouble calling this one, and probably not going to take it myself, but there it is. You would consider this to be a day trading. Yeah. Again, not my typical empty space. Yeah, yeah, but no, it just I was looking at some of the best traders of all time. And one of the dudes is Bruce Kovner. He's one of the best traders of all time. And one of his rules is always know your exit before entering. I just read about this dude this morning. Um, and I just was like, I feel like I teach that constantly. And so just a reminder, since I saw it, I didn't have this mapped out as a speech or anything like that, but um, one of the most important things about your strategy is knowing exactly where that trade is over. And we have a, I don't know what his system was, but I know our system typically will tell you where things are going to go in the opposite direction. No, it's not typically, it's always. If you have a floor, right? I mean, so if you're day trading, right, have a great stop loss. Okay. I looked at RCAT last night, man. I didn't really see anything. I know people are talking about war, and there is some. If you're day trading this one, that's actually, I love that. 15-minute looks great. A 30-minute looks great, right? And almost be worth it to just focus on that. Like almost be worth it just to, because this right here is just going to ruin your day. Look at all that. So let's talk about and I'm not going to hate on it too much because it does have empty space and not a lot does. That is a plain, and I mean, that's actually beautiful. 1375, right? Go to the hourly, translates pretty well. So you'd have two targets, and this is where you could get really, I mean, at this point, I would assume if you recover that, you get this, right? With empty space and a small veil separating you. It is not something, however, that so I'm just going to throw this out there, right? You might wick up here and then do some of this, and then wick up there, and then kind of do some of this, and then get at the. You look at RCAT, and it is it breaks out, it retests, it breaks out, it retest, it breaks out, it retest, and I swear to God, it does it to every fucking level that it breaks. So a good empty space filler. I like that. So not bad. You have that level. Good job, baby Joker. You got it, man. It is 9:07. Yeah, actually, there's another trader named Ed Seikoda. Or yeah, Seikoda, and he was a trend follower, but one of his more important rules was, and this is again one of my rules. I swear to God, I don't read about other traders, and I never really have, but it was interesting to see his rules. One sentence, or excuse me, it was cut losses, let winners run, let winners run, and I was like, yeah, I like that. Thank you for the gifts, baby Joker. Potter, can you fill the empty space in your heart, or you're in your heart? Oh man, I don't know if I have much left for that, dude. Approximately how much heart voidness are you experiencing at this point? I am struggling with cutting losses on options. Jana, DM me. I think I'm gonna be doing a class on stop losses, but I'll try to DM you a quick rundown. I mean, the period end of story is typically the reason that I got in, right? The floor that I get in to recover is going to be my stop loss. Always. Where I get in, on RCAT, I can tell you right now, right? I could go down to the 15-minute and I could say, all right, well, that could be a stop loss, right? The tops or whatever holds you up, like right here, 1340, right? That was a floor over here. So I like to try to align myself with areas that were previously controlled. I think the best one here is obviously 1366. But yeah. Yeah, you can DM me. Benji, there's a multitude of different ways. Like, yeah, there's multitude of different ways to set a stop loss. On a bounce trade, typically the wick or whatever floor you've bounced off of, your entry is your exit. So you either have a, and that's why people do try to top tick. Right, right. But essentially, there's no, if that's why you got into the trade, and this is again, you got to fight that little egotistical demon inside of you that wants to just make sure, like, it doesn't want to lose, right? And in life and in trading, sometimes like you gotta chalk it up to the game and just accept that it is what it is. And if you hold on to something, it's gonna hurt worse, right? Your girlfriend broke up with you, she already packed her stuff, she's halfway in another state, and you try to chase, right? You're just gonna get hurt. Her boyfriend's in the state waiting for her. It's over. Yeah. You got to quit chasing girls across state lines, man. Yeah. Oh, the more you hold on to something that, more it hurts. Yeah, there you go. Crispy analogy. There you go. Is Neil here? Where's he at? No, he's not here yet. I felt that in my nuggets. There you go. What am I shooting for today? I'm shooting for safety, my friend. I'm going to repeat myself again. This is where my mind, I'm going to just narrate what I'm thinking, right? My mind is trying to tell me that there could be an opportunity today. But I zoom out, and this is, again, everything that I'm doing, even in my own like mind, is based off of what the chart is telling me, right? Do we have the floor? Yes. Are we sucked back underneath 250? Also, yes. That creates the Listen, it is extremely hard to lose 24-hour floors. My guess is that you're going to be trading in here. What is that? A range. What do I not trade? Range. So my day's done. And this is discipline. Do I want to trade? Of course I do. Of course. Peyton won't stop spending money. No, just kidding. But seriously, I want to trade. Um, uh, but that doesn't mean that I can't. And so when I zoom out and I look at the ETFs, no, the opportunity kind of dries up. And one thing that I noticed last night is I just didn't see a lot of those opportunities. I just took last week was great also. Let me just throw that out there. And that doesn't mean it was great for every single one of you or maybe for any of you. But it's the opportunity to take trades down was there. It's over, right? At least for now. Um, and not only that, you got a massive, like, again, look at this candle. This candle, right? These candles. This is well above the average candle that we ever get on IWM. So you already had an entire day of trading price action and it's over. Now, could it move within the realms that the range that is created? Sure. Do you want to set alerts at the floor to make sure that if it does end up breaking down that you don't miss it? Absolutely. But I could go right back to bed right now. I'm being 100% honest with you. I'm here because obviously I want to see the results of how we're. I want to see what I'm saying is going to end up being true. Um, but I have a good feeling that price is going to oscillate in between these levels possibly if we don't take a immediate, and this is my last statement here, immediate charge. I mean, you got to rip. But that being said, you've already done that. So no deal with Iran. That's my point, is what we're dealing with right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure I just heard Trump last Thursday or Friday saying that, Iran infrastructure was barbecue. Iran says we're going to clap West Asia's cheeks. And then Iran's like, and then Trump kind of just is like, oh, we've been talking all weekend. We're good. It was just a little spat. Oops. So no, I don't think that the downside is over, right? But this is, right? You could consider this a form of manipulation. Is it mechanical? Did it bounce off of everything that it was supposed to? Of course. So mechanics are just doing mechanical things. But if they do tomorrow, right? Insert the liquidity, keep the news afloat. They could definitely push this higher. Do I have a empty space Potter box punchback for that? No. So I'll again keep looking for the stocks that haven't moved, right? I think I put AMD on my list. Not there yet. Getting real close, real crispy, but it's not there yet, right? Rocket Lab's not my favorite. It's like kind of like a, redheaded stepchild or something like that. What's wrong with redheaded stepchildren? Who started that? I just thought about that. That's fucked up. If you're a redheaded stepkid out there, I'm sorry for you. What's up, dude? Oh, sure. Y- yes. Let me Oh yeah. So this is going to be an important. I'm glad you brought this up, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Yeah, I would love to explain this to you guys because this is actually my favorite. I want to walk you guys through a little bear market action real quick, just to kind of get your minds refreshed on what exactly you could be expecting in a situation like this when major 24-hour levels are hit. Big bounce. You pop, you retest, you get driven back down. You wick, right? The sideways action still occurs. But this time now you get to, you see a lot of overhead selling. But yeah, these bounces and listen, that's just one. Look at this. You would have thought, right, that it was all Gucci. Big bounce, right? Tries to recover a floor, touches structure, immediate reversal, right back down. Now you probably investigate what this is made of, and it's mostly made of empty space. So for fucking sure, and not to mention, right? We're not even in the juiciest. Look at this. Look, everybody. Look with your eyes. Just like a bull market, right? You're gonna build, you're gonna break, you're gonna hit something. I'm charting upside down right now. You're going to hit something. You're not going to have enough to grab it. You're going to go back up. You're going to get the materials that you need. Then you're going to go try to grab it. You grab it. You go down further. You chop. You leg down and you punch through that box. So absolutely, we have to be on our toes, right? And when, oh my God, this shit makes me want to melt. When we hit major 24-hour floors, listen, if you had yes, the bounce today is massive. And that would have been like, I've been like, yo, what the fuck was that? But if you just had bounced off of that level, right? And you had, half of the green candle that we do have to right now, that would make sense. I wouldn't need to go look at a headline. I would just say, well, 24-hour structure has been hit. And so the question is, and will always remain in a bear market, when you see these bounces, what has been recovered, right? And that's where you get to actually say, okay, well, are we actually in? I mean, right here, you see a 3-day rip all the way back up through all of this, and this is obviously spotted through that consolidation right here, and we see that again. If you take 4 days to try to break something, you got to go back up and you got to get more supplies, right? This is rock climbing in reverse. When you say not enough to grab it, you mean no touch? No, that means that price has not secured itself on that level or pulled itself up. But lastly, I want to just, again, I believe this is COVID, right? So walk with me. Ready? So bam, bam, bam. 4 days of dumpage. Fifth day, green candle, wake up, right? Nothing. So we get another flush. On Friday, you get a huge green candle, right? It doesn't really recover much, but it does bounce up and almost hit that 50% mark. Next day, you're back up to the top of that range. What have you recovered? Abso-fucking-lutely nothing. So I digress and I come back, right, over here, and I ask the same question. What have, right, we fully, and we do not have the results of this test right now, that is the main floor, right? This is kind of the tendrils of the floor. It's like an octopus or some shit. But that being said, is 596. Also, what do I also look for in everything? A goddamn box. So if this candle sits and goes, right? It wicks up here, it gets pulled back down. All right, we're short again. Just that simple. But, and this is just, again, lots of tough pills to swallow sometimes. This is one of them. You hit that floor. And now, in my opinion, if you are short, you just pulled a metric ass ton of volume off of that floor. That's going to make it easier to flush down through it. So, you need to test yourself right now. Everybody who's listening, because I feel like I don't know, maybe I'm just picking up on something. A lot of you know right now in your gut that you see nothing. But you also know in your gut that you're going to sit in front of your computer and you're going to try something. A lot of you need to start setting alerts, and you can watch the open, but you should walk away. Straight up. if nothing happens within the first 25, 30 minutes of the bell and we're watching higher time frames, chill. Okay? I of course, I show up, I'm here, I'm watching, I'm wanting to see what happens. I'm not always looking to try to get into something. I want to see what happens. And a lot of the times that's the patience and observation that's needed to set up a good plan and look for that next trade. So, all right. Yeah, have good discipline. My 5-year-old is tapping for you. Thank you, little one. All right, I'll be right back. Coffee refill. Oh, I found my side camera. I haven't plugged it in yet, but it's pointing at my cat. So I can switch my camera and you can look at my cat when you get tired of me. All right, 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. Damn, Ivy. What the fuck? He thinks Q's will plummet. I said that? I don't think I did. I think today might end up being kind of boring, but we shall see. Iran said fake news. Yeah, I posted that this morning. Fuck this song. Nah. Nah. Yeah, just yeah. Taco being taco. Yeah. Tap your screen if you're on TikTok or YouTube, I guess. These look like they could see a quick pullback at the bell. Let's see, where's the 50% mark of this move? Yeah, 586 might be a place to land. Just something. Okay, so that's exactly what I was talking about in pre-market. Okay, yeah. Instead of hedging Tesla, I don't know, I'm thinking about just re-entering. Um, again, just 350 April 24th runners, but oh damn, Jesus! Thank you for the gifts, guys. I hardly ever see them. They don't pop up on my screen, but thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. What, Rogue? Oh my god, adorable. Ivy, you got to get one of these desk baskets for your cat. Remember, guys, we have all week. You don't have to make it all in one day. All right, ding, 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 ding. So there's that immediate pullback. Tesla shot right back up, though. That's fucking hilarious. All right, Qs didn't do it, so they might lag and try to drop down in just a second here. Watch underneath that 589.68. So there's that bounce right there. If it falls any further, I think you'll get that close. So I'll narrate here, but remember, okay, good bounce. Qs bounced off of their lower box. Tesla is over at that 376.80 mark, over 376.80. I have a target up here at 378.76, up to potentially 380 here, but All right. IWM, no recovery yet on that IWM bounce yet. All right, Tesla's still sitting right here. It's gonna have to find a floor or build one. Big overhead wall right there. We'll see. Yeah, a lot of, I mean, you can, individual equities could definitely see continuation. You know, it's the ETFs that I'm not so sure about. I'm looking around right now, guys, trying to see if I see anything. SPY pulling back. IWM has not responded to that floor. I think we'll end up probably trying to retest that 245.50 area. That little channel that I was talking about this morning. I imagine you're trying to put together a box right now, but don't have the volume to do it. Neo looks good. Good bounce today. Good bounce. Okay, I think Tesla might be putting a cap on it. MP looks kind of good. Yeah, punch back over 53.80. Yeah, it's just day trade in there. IWM new low here. Nothing major though. Yeah, see that. Blew right past. Are you in that one? 157.50. Be a nice bounce right there. Are you guys shorting IWM? Aha, the target. The target is going to be maybe I see 245.89 right here. If this channel's correct, maybe, but yeah, 245.91 and then 245.35 would be two targets to the downside. Ignore this channel, by the way. That was a good bounce. Yeah, that was a great bounce right there. It just retested in a little bit. Yeah, that thing's squeezing out. Honestly, though, that was a great candle close last week. I think we talked about that one. I'm not in IWM, no. I'm not in anything right now. I want my play to be. I do have Tesla, but that's it. Tesla has empty space directly up above it, 377.96. But I'm more focused on the shorts that I have. Yep, set your alerts. None of these are life-changing moves right now. I'm hunting, but airlines look a little bit poppy. There's Tesla looking for that first target right here, 377. Fuck. I just tried to sell some Tesla calls and I'm not getting filled. Okay, I just got, oh my God, I just got partially filled. Okay, there we go. God damn. All right. I got about 10 contracts right now on Tesla, so no, I have not. How's a firm looking though? Ooh, gap up. Ooh, weird. Gross. 1 second. All right, step one is first exactly where we just tapped. That's 379. Contracts on Tesla right now are extremely cheap comparatively to how it is normally. Oh man, I got Lemonade last week before it pulled back. Yeah, that was a crazy good trade. It is building really, really well right now. Good fucking God. Dude, fucking Tesla, dude. Is it gone? Yeah, it's gone. That was an excellent punchback, though, folks. If you don't see this one, I missed that one last night. Or I swear to God, somebody asked me about it. But yeah, the floor gap down. You actually, yeah, you gap down, and then this morning you just fucking pushed right through the box. Yeah, Lemonade is looking pretty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody asked me about it. Mm-hmm. 66.70 on Lemonade and 67.66. I was looking at a firm, but what the fuck? Yeah, Tesla's going fucking nuts right now. Jesus Christ. I took this just in spite of, not in spite, but like I took this literally because, damn, holy fuck, dude, these contracts are already. You're welcome. I got these contracts for 61 bucks. Oh, beautiful. I had fucking 382s. All right, I'm trimming right here. Heavy. 3/4 of that position. Okay. Sold. There's still more empty space. I'm leaving the rest for 380, 150. All right, there's got to be something else. Lemonade is curling right now pretty hard. Does not look bad. There's a punchback on the slower time frame, 5 minute time frame here, but it's curling up to the floor as we speak. So if you were to get into this one, you'd have a stop loss probably around 66.50 when this candle does close in 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Wouldn't touch what long? Lemonade? Oh, beautiful rejection on Tesla. Jesus, Lord have mercy, those fire. Let's see, how much are Lemonade contracts right now? $70. Oh my God. Oh my God. The spread. Ah. Oh, dude, that sucks so bad. That sucks so bad, dude. Why are your contracts like that? You better be shifty if you get into that one. It's not bad, but it does look good. Yes, yes. If you can manage those contracts, stop loss there. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't. Yeah, yeah. And I didn't even get filled. I just didn't even get filled. That's crazy. The spread is so fucking wild. Now it's starting to tighten up a little bit. Fuck off. That's that. Listen, that's tight spreads. That's why we talk about that one. All right, filled. Wow. All right, runners on Tesla. Just tap to the second target, trim it again. Well, that was fucking profitable. Jesus Christ. $61 contracts to $221. Definitely should have grabbed more, but I was just hedging. Yeah, the spread on that is nuts. You said Trump is talking. Tesla's overbought. Oh, I don't use any indicators like that, dude. Lag City. You got 1 minute and 19 seconds for Lemonade to close that candle. And it's moving wild right now. Does look good though. All right, I need to shift my attention somewhere else. I'll watch that one over here. But I feel like there's something else that's going to be if Trump's going to be talking here. How are the ETFs here? Still sitting? Yep. Look at that boring ass shit right there. Nuts. Do I buy in the money contracts? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Out of the money target based options. TTD. Gross. That was AMD. 24-hour candle on AMD looks crazy. Tesla just rejected nasty off of my second TP. What's your expiration on those, Astro? Oh, are you out or did you trim? All right. Why not? Just open interest determine what out of the money contracts you buy. Yeah, there is a open interest. I want to know that there's volume on the contracts. If nobody's on it, then it's gonna be hard to sell, unless it's something again. A lot of the times the target based options that I buy won't have a ton of volume on them, but I do pay attention to the open interest. Yes, and I do not buy in the money contracts because the risk to reward on them isn't great, and also the deeper a contract gets in the money, it actually can lose its appeal, and they can be tougher to sell depending on what it is. So ASTS, I have a firm on the watch list, but yeah, that one does look like it will have news. That one does look like it could have news relatively soon. No, I'm looking for something else, man. I'm looking for empty space. Meta has a little bit, but I don't like that setup. Mara has empty space up to 914. Now, I will say this for those of you guys watching Tesla right now, 382.27 could lead to a swing up to 390. That I am well aware of. Cool nerd. Almost every single time I take a trade, man, it is always the contracts that I select will be based on the target that I have on the chart. So this morning I saw 380 empty space. Um, and I mean, I really casually just grabbed some contracts after it popped up like that, and kind of struggled at that overhead. So, um, yeah, I grab target based contracts, and most of the time, my targets, this is something I've been well aware of, is that most of the volume doesn't sit on those out of the money contracts. Most of the volume sits 3 to 4 strikes out. And so when I pick target based contracts, I'm assuming that if my target or anywhere near my target gets hit, that those contracts would be in that buy range, right? Where the value, the open interest, everything will rise. So I'm front running. I'm not basing it purely off of, I need to know that they're widely traded contracts, but I also want there to be kind of in a way less volume than you typically see. So I know someone that wants to buy your Pokemon cards. I actually just sold 3 Pokemon cards for $600. This Charizard and these weird Moltres. Six. Yes, of course, dude. Oh, I am a, I am a nerd. I don't have any friends. I do have friends, but they're not. One of my good friends, Van. He's. I think he does magic, but he's a real estate agent now, so ain't none of that. Man, it's making house money. Oh yeah. I did buy a bunch of One Piece cards and left them unopened in my drawer. So I saw that that was like a trending market. How did this dude die? Damn. All right. Oh my God. God. All right. I'm done with the internet. Diabolical. All right. Next trim target's going to be right up here at 382.32. I will have no contracts to trim now at this point. So downside UPS target. How about this? You take the downside position. I'll take the upside position. Deal? And then we'll split the profits. I was kidding. I actually don't know if I see the downside on this one quite yet, man. In all seriousness, you're sitting well above that 97.50. I'm actually looking at these contracts right now for the $100 strike. They seem pretty cheap. I think I'll buy them. I think I'll set a stop loss at 97.50. The spread is fucking insane. Of course. Of course it is. Naturally. Give me a second here. All right, there you go, spread. Hey, who did that? Did you guys just do that? How many of you just bought UPS contracts? Who tightened up that spread? No, I'm not even joking. Who just bought 5 contracts just now? It was one of you. Well, thanks for making the contracts bid a little bit more expensive. Yeah, jerk. Yeah, I got some hundreds. Light, everything is low risk right now. I'm not taking huge risk in any of these trades, which regrettably could have done a little bit, gone a little harder on Tesla. I know better. but I made some money, so we're okay. Little 1,200 bucks in and out. All right, Joe, calm down, buddy. If you're on TikTok, be sure to tap your screen. I don't know if that's a box, but lemonade new highs. If anybody has lemonade or was able to get into that one, lemonade just shot up new highs on that one. $70 is the only target I think I have over here to my left. Where are we at? We're sitting at this floor, and the 71.84 target. As long as you can maintain a hold right there at 68, you should be good to go. That is your next move, and that's where you're at right now. All right, cool. Just got out of PLTR. Not bad, dude. Not bad. Good job. I do see another high on that one, but what's up? Oh, you just got out too? Okay. You said IWM looks like it's going to be a range day. Yes, I declared this morning that today's ETF, I do declare, we're likely going to be somewhere in range. I think I'm starting to see that channel built. Yeah, there it is right there. Scroungy little bastard. Uh-huh. Uh, which broker do you have? Oh, Uh, that's interesting. Uh, huh. Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily the first of every month though. Yeah, I was about to say, dude. IW shit was hilarious. What? Yes, I'm in UPS. I do have lemonade, but I'm not gonna. It either goes to 70, but that shit's kind of ugh. You got a great stop loss right now. Top of that box at 67.70, and if it could squeeze out, we could see 71.80, but $70 is halfway there. So, all right, UPS again. UPS is a not a daily trader here, but it is right up against that overhead. Uh, says what? Uh, what is he? What's going on? Oh, Alex Trays was. Who said that? Oh God. There's your exit position. Strike price. Yeah, the by the way, the workshop, my PBS workshop is discounted. Just reminded me, but the workshop is discounted for the next couple of days. Uh, so if you want to learn my strategy, it's on my website. 5 minute chart, post market. Yeah, My stop loss is on the 5 minute. It's this pre-market range right here. So if we again, you should be already okay with this. You know, I don't know if I don't know if you guys got in, but I'm in these $100 calls with that 97.50 stop loss. I'm hoping it starts to pick up speed here a little bit. It does that every once in a while. It's been a while since I traded UPS like this. Ba, 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 da, 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 wow. Lemonade new high. It's been a long time. With the who? Ma. Oh no. Holy shit. Dude, the fastest way to get rich, like if you're okay with doing maybe a little bit of federal time, just fucking IPO some bullshit company. I mean, look at Trevor Milton. I mean, nice UPS. All right, there you go. Whee! Little UPS. Little PBS on some UPS. Lemonade new high. Okay, Porter, the course is a hell of a deal. Thank you for the discount. Yeah, you got it, man. Uh, you're gonna something. Dude, my cat is snoring. What the fuck? Nice. Uh, mm-hmm. As long as he doesn't say anything about UPS, we're okay. Yeah, Lemonade. Lemonade looks good. Yes, UPS. This could be an entry. Might roll my contracts out, but we only ship Big Blue, blue and white. But no, 99.90 is obviously the first target, but this could, yes, set up UPS for a larger time frame or higher time frame reversal. But we'll talk shop when we get there. All right, of course we hit the wick and we go red, which that's all right. We want to fall fast if we fall. Not too fast, but just fast enough that we can tap here. Lemonade still new high. Yeah, I figured we were going to make a new high on that one. Nice little box. When you build like that, that's good juicy. Now, usually you build those and then we'll break them moving back down if you hit a major target here. But two new IPO stocks, Goldman Sachs think the market is mispricing. What's this fucking hot dog water? I'm not paying your little fee to read an article. Yeah, Tesla's sitting right at a beautiful target, by the way. Look at cost basis from a mile away. I'm Steph Curry with my targets, dude. Should I use that as a TikTok video open? One day I should post all of my bloopers. Cannot tell you how many videos I make where I'm like, "Hey, my name is Stoddard Vlogs," or like I fuck up my words. I'm like, "Fuck." Should run strong X state. What are you talking about? Mm-mm-mm. What's up, boss? Yeah, new high on UPS here. New high on lemonade as well. Is anybody? I know the spread was a little wild on that one. Yo, what's up? Huh? Oh, you're robot Chad right now. You turned into a clanker, dude. Look at him. He's spreading his clanker. No, you're spreading clanker propaganda right now, dude. You got that. You got that hot dog water. Anybody in UPS? Anybody in UPS? New highs, baby. Sheesh. Potter doesn't signal. You're right, I don't. But I do strongly urge and tell you. Oh my God. Yeah, hold on one second. I'm getting bogged down here a little bit. Let me see. Uh, Okay, so for Costco on the week on the 24-hour time frame, you did pop up, and boy, they ate the shit out of that candle. So part of me wants to look at this one to the downside. Oof, yes, that's rough. So obviously we don't have a candle close here, and the candle is bouncing, so that could change the outcome. But you did actually punch through this box right here. Sorry, I'm multitasking right now, guys. If I stop during your analysis, you said it's not a clanker, it's a clanka. Oh, sorry, I didn't know the fucking. My bad. So Costco has recovered its floor. So you would need a candle close below 970 in order to see continuation. I was just wondering why people weren't typing in the chat, and I had my chat scrolled up. I'm so sorry. Uh, but you do and have secured this floor. So in order to see continuation of the downside, that needs to occur. In order to change this candle before the end of the day, you would need to, and I could see this as a strong possibility. New high on lemonade again. Damn, lemonade. Make me miss trading a firm. I actually have two $60 calls that I am holding in Peyton Small account. Yeah. Yeah, it's from the last trade. I still had more time on them, and well, it's Peyton's account. And sometimes I just let shit go. I don't do it on purpose. No hard ER. That's crazy. All right, guys, just give me a second. I need to balance some trades out. All right, so I will take your guys' requests in the order and fashion that they came in. I see Tesla with a possible 380 retest is building though really well. Lemonade just hit $69, so this is an area to look for a couple or look for a potential trim here. There's a lot of empty space up here, so all right, let's turn our attention to UPS. UPS running into a little bit of overhead price action here. Not a surprise, but price is always going to react. We can never expect it not to. So we just need to clear those wicks, guys, and we should be on our way. Hopefully nobody is getting staring at their fucking P&L. Put your phone down, flip it over, and fuck with the chart. Wee wee. Dude, I sent that link in our chat, Chad. Um, for that dude who was live streaming last night. He's like got to be from Ukraine or something. No, dude, he's one of the funniest human beings I've ever seen. Like trading, dude, he was like, he had to have been drunk. Like that was just play. He just had to have been drinking or something like that. But I think a few minutes after I scrolled into his live, he was like, he's like, come on, guys. He's like, let me scam you so fucking hard. Like, then he goes, if you don't join my Discord, you're a effing piece of shit. And I was like, yo, what? He was like, obviously way funnier. But dude, oh my god, I could have, actually was laughing out loud, which I typically am looking at my phone with a straight face when I type out laughing my ass out or off, not out. All right, cut it out. He was unhinged, man. He was doing crypto stuff. Nice. UPS guys. Hey. Nice little day trade here. Well, did not have UPS on the plan this morning. Well, we did look at it yesterday, but all right. Not bad. Not bad. Good entry. All right, we're just hitting the wicks now. Last right there. Give me that expedited shipping 24-hour service candle to 99.50 now. UNH? Don't tell me, dude. Oh, what are you guys looking at? There's nothing happening on this thing. It's cooked. I think trail stop for me is 98.50. I really don't want to see anything back down there, so. I'm done with Tesla. There is, yes, continuation of the upside for sure. But that has to be over 382.50, and that would give you a target of 384. Could set up for a swing trade to 390, but uh, I no. You know what we need to find out? We need to find out how shorted it is right now, because it's going to be a target for sellers. Yeah, I'm talking to him. Tell him to hop. No, I'm in your get the fuck out of here. Yo, get. Oh my god, dude. Did you best? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, Ivy. Get out of here. I'm, you said AVGO? Oh, do you see AVGO though? It's got a good base floor candle here for the third time. All right, yo, keep your emotions on the sideline, folks. We're pulling back on UPS. What do we do in these scenarios, guys? Problem solve. Right? Do we have any structure? Yes, we do. Small 1 minute structure right here. Again, UPS is moving pretty quickly. Again, the major retest level is underneath us at 98.28. So if we do experience a pullback, we want it to happen fast, right? If you've got a good expiration, which, you know, even the end of the week, I think is still solid. So good bounce off cost basis here, but this is what we do in order to make sure that, and obviously if you're staring at your P&L, it's going to make it much worse. You said USP. I got to do a big scan of the market. I really do, because I got to revitalize my watch list. Someone said keep buying more contracts. That's crazy. Oh God. What's up? We did it. Oh, that's hilarious. Uh, yes, yeah, I do have. No, you are correct though. Yeah, there you go. That's hold on. Hold on, slow down. Into up slightly on the price. Oh, 99. It's not terrible, you. No, 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 no. 10 oh my God. I got 63s. Wow. That was way bigger. I'm in a way bigger position than I intended to be. XYZ. Yes. What? No, no, no. Weekly's gonna be. Yeah, we need a. I mean, we would need a bigger rip than what you're asking for. All right, my stop loss is 61.75. Thank you for bringing that up, Chad. I don't know why my fucking alert didn't go off. Split that in half right there. So we'll have an imbalance target right here at 62.50. That's psychological. That was also simultaneously a floor. Not bad. Not bad. Look at us. Look at you. Look at me. All right, UPS needs to get to build in here relatively quickly, or we are going to see that pullback. Now, the pullback we're seeing right now is relatively clean, so I'm not too alarmed. As far as the contracts are concerned, still green. And again, I'm not focused primarily. Oh, sorry, Rogue. Uh, I'm not focused primarily on that. On XYZ, yeah, I bought way too much. Oof, that spread's a little yucky. Will reverse strength into noon. Good hold on the floor there. Who? Oh shit. Luis. No. No. Not Luis. Watch XYZ try to retest 61.76. UPS, good bounce, guys. Good. Everybody staying cool and calm and collected, I hope. Also, I'm pretty sure we're about to build a box right here. This might set up for a swing overnight. Possible. Possible. What's going on with that? Hood? I don't have a plan for. I mean, well, you know what? If you're gonna take that one, I think that's look at 83s. But I don't know if how I feel about that one right now. Oh yeah, Alex. Yeah, this year I'm gonna be trying to take AO to a bunch of different concerts, trying to like find a lineup. Did I get Elf shares? No, man, I have not gotten anything on that one. Not bad floor though, if you grabbed that floor, but I haven't grabbed any yet. I might do that today. Depends on where this candle gets to. It's great candle though. All right, it is 10:18. You said Tesla swings? Too soon, brother. Too soon. S A T. What the fuck is this? Oh my god. What are you doing to this one? Or planning on doing to it? Hmm. So I mean, good box, but you already broke it. You have a range up above you. Hold on. So 447. Yeah, I stand by that. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you though, dude. As soon as I zoom out, the only thing that I said weekly, you have a pretty, I would actually say pretty clear, but I mean it's relatively clear 530 overhead. You have successfully grabbed onto said floor, so I would literally be looking at that same overhead resistance at 476 to give you a hint that we could see continuation. So, no, John, I didn't place that order on Elf, man. Not bad. Yeah, I think we were watching this one last week, right? We talking about this one? Yeah, that's right. We tried to yeah, this one didn't wasn't working out too great. Um I mean, I think it kind of I don't know, I'm getting UNH vibes, but uh I think yeah, but I'm still focused on that. That's going to be biggest for you. Um UPS and XYZ could end up being swings as long as they hold what they got right now. But we'll see what we get by the end of the day. Just please abide by your stop losses, guys. If you can find a reentry, then the trade, just get over it. Swallow the pill, move on. 49.67. That's yeah, because if you wait till the wicks, bro, you're gonna be playing with overheated contracts. So, great empty space, great opportunity, great 24-hour candle, great 4-hour candle, great 2-hour candle. Hasn't broken yet, but it's not a bad setup. So, second chance on ASTS. SMCI does have empty space, but care. Yeah, we'll look at that one in just a second. Thank you guys for tapping your screen. Listen, I just said this before. I definitely could see this one having news. But the tough thing is, guys, is you have the box down below that you already punched through, right? And then you've got structure, directly up above here, which is holding you back at 92.90. So, uh, I would almost look at it like this, so target wise, there's a pretty kick-ass 115 target if you squeeze up and out, right? And then downside, I only really have a target of 78.12 for you. UPS testing the high again. Are you trading the ETFs right now, Zebo? Fucking madman. Who names himself? What was your mom thinking when she named you Zebo, dude? That's crazy. I wonder if it was a stock ticker. What, APP? Did you take it? Are you rich? Are you wealthy? Is your pinky like sticking up right now? Wee wee. PLTR, Laura. Thank you, Beverly. Uh, Listen, this one does have more. This is a formidable overhead that PLTR has had to wrestle with quite a bit. So I think that absolutely, if you're looking directly up above this, you're going to have a little pinch point right there. And then I think at that point you should be looking, basically 165. Me, 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 me. It's Zeba, means beautiful in Persian. I'm tempted to take IWM calls. Lady stock market temptress is seeking out Degen. Hmm. Some empty space up there, obviously. I mean, if you want to just chalk it up to these wicks that we literally talked about this morning, for show. If you can get it back up above that, you can try it. You said Nvidia is still going? Yeah, yeah. That empty space up there does look tasty. However, this does not. Yeah, you got it. You're probably right. Reddit? You want Reddit, man? I had a memory come back the other day. I won top comedy post on, and I think it was 2020 or 2021. I like won the funniest post in the subreddit funny. It just popped up yesterday. I saw the screenshot that I took. Apparently 3 months after I got it, but Reddit does look good. It actually, I mean, consolidation wise, we like this. This is where we start watching trades. So as far as that's concerned, A plus on that, right? We got a great box. So anybody on listening and watching right now, this is where we start to pay attention. However, the empty space makes it a little bit doo doo, right? The fact that it's not clean, empty space. There's empty space for sure. Um, so 147.70. And then the first target will be And this is where you guys got to write this stuff down and transfer it to your chart. But 162.65 and 177.29. That's to the upside. I don't really see it. There you go. 160 right now could be priced in. Treated as problematic. Failure is systematic. If you're trading SMCI, you're going to have to be doing this off of, and there's a good play up here to the upside, holding over this high. All right, XYZ is pulling back a little bit on us. As again, I need to. Will you fucking? Oh my god, dude, I'm about to lose it. The green line. Thank you. 6140. You 5 minutes. Yeah, literally 2120. You just hit it. So watch what's underneath you. Look, what's above, what's below. You got 2099. If that's lost, you're going to come back here and retest. If it happens fast, that's where you can look for a potential bounce. Okay, XYZ is pulling back rather quickly as well. So again, that's fine. I'm all right with the pullback fast. I'm not, however, okay with a pullback and a sink back into structure. Where'd you get in? That's okay. You get back in. Clear a path as I keep on walking. We got a bounce now. I'm hoping this one bounces right back up to 6170. The discount code is all caps bear market. Isn't that funny? Take it yourself. I'm tearing up like I'm on Dr. Phil. All right. So just a second ago, I talked to you guys about UPS, right? On that 3 minute, 2 minute box. Check it out, right? So right here, plans. So it is possible. All right. Two off the top, one off the bottom. We'll see what we get. If you have to re-enter, that is okay, because now we have a box. So if you don't want to hold till here, take the punch back up and out. All right, so I don't like that on XYZ. That right there is what you need to get back over. Fill that empty space back up. Pop that right there up to here. What does PLTR have to lose to go back down? Oh, shit. Well, you don't have any. See, this is where it gets shitty because you don't have equal structure. And again, I'm watching this on the 2. Yeah, 2, 1, 3, 5, 15. So yeah, you literally do not have a box. The only thing that I see is basically range 1 and range 2. So this is exactly where you're sitting right now as an area to bounce. This is and 150. So basically this range, this floor is where you would be looking at your first pullback. However, if you're looking for extended reversal, that's 156.60 and not a lower time frame. Yeah. Okay, good rebound on XYZ. But again, I would say right now that that low is It's a low risk position, so I have a little bit of a higher tolerance for my stop loss, but I set it at 61,650 because I know that's the structure that needs to break down. How's Tesla doing? Just twerking, just twerking. If you stop lost out of that, it's okay. Just plan your reentry. All right, let's look at the ETF really quick. All right, IWM still stuck. So I feel like possibly you new folks, right? This might be the first time, or a couple first-ish time. I hope this lesson sticks, okay? Without suffering, without having to lose any money, right? And yes, I know that somebody out there made money trading the fucking ETFs, but for us, right, trying to maintain or stay out of areas where price gets stuck, that's precisely what we just and remember the range that I set for you guys this morning as well. Guess where we're stuck? Now we're building, so that stuckness could change, but the reality here is if we can see, right, and again, a lot of you guys on TikTok saw this, it's already, that candle is already a 24-hour move. And when you see that in pre-market, either you're in and you're taking profit or you're probably going to miss out. So, and the mad funny thing about this is if I take away the regular trading hours, look, that's our candle for today. That's our see, someone might show up and be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Right? But it makes sense to me that we're exhausted because all of that. It's still real price action. What jam was that? That was Denzel Curry walking. It is a jam. I play it like once a day. All right, eyes on UPS. Market will reverse open direction at noon. I usually 10:30 no news high, no new highs or lows, and a lot of times we hold that range, but we could see a reversal. Everything I do is based off price, though. Only price. Still in Tesla's. Nah, man. Tesla's gone. The short's over. I figured it would just be better for me to re-enter them at this point because they were red. So not bad though. Beautiful expiration. But I played this one to the upside and leave it alone where it's at. Right now, there's actually another play up to the upside at 387.40, and potentially 390 if this one keeps squeezing like it is, and it is. All right, X is rejecting that box on the 1 minute. That may be the sign right now. Everything's getting a little bit heavier. If you want to get out of UPS and re-enter, if it loses its floor, obviously that you have that option. That's 98.50 right here for a retest of 98.28. Mm-hmm. Ford too crazy. Oh, if you catch me trading Ford, know that I've lost my ever loving mind. Um, Sure, Ford over 11.97 and over $12. You can see a retest of 12.20. And again, there's more triggers, but as far as empty space is concerned, you only have it outside of basically of this 4 hour range that you would need to go and punch through. So downside, you would need to see a rejection and a loss of the floor that you recovered at 11.67. Yeah, just know if you see me trading Ford, I have fallen off of something high and hit my head. Damn, Neo. Ava? Weird. The, what are you saying? Ford is a great trading vehicle? Yo, PayPal is actually looking a little bit better. I think I kind of missed that one for a day trade up to 46, but swing trade, there's still a lot more. This actually looks fucking really good. Keep your eyes peeled on this one. All right, 1 second. All right, TikTok, YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and slide. We're gonna hang out in the Discord for now. Monthlies are up. Workshop is discounted. Yearly's discounted. So you guys are welcome to come and join us. But otherwise, I'll see you guys at 2:30. Okay. Yeah, 2:30, 3 o'clock. I'll be live on TikTok, and we'll see if we can't find any swing trades. But for now, I'm just going to be managing UPS XYZ. You guys got your stop losses, 61.50 on XYZ, and then of course under 98.50 on UPS. There's empty space down to 98.28. You need to make sure you have your stop losses set on that one. But I will see you guys um, at 2:30. So y'all have a good afternoon. Stay safe. All right, stay safe.